Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're looking at Summer Daze. It's an Australian chicklet anthology marketed as 6 bite-sized chicklet treats. Fun title.
Yeah, bite size.
But we're not just, reviewing it. We want to dig into how these 6 authors work together. And maybe more importantly, the publishing model they used. It's kind of fascinating how it reached a global audience.
Right. And to really get that business side, you have to understand the genre itself, its strategic appeal. Chicklet, it's not just about boy meets girl, though that's often central. Think Jane Austen right up to, well, Bridget Jones.
The classic.
Exactly. Its strength, strategically speaking, is its reliability. You know you're getting an emotional payoff, usually a positive one. It's often funny, relatable. It's basically designed for comfort. Strategic comfort reading, you could say.
Strategic comfort. And the visuals for Summer Daze really hammer that home, don't they? The source calls the cover candy bright, heavy in pink and fluorescence. It just screams lighthearted fun.
It absolutely does. A very clear signal.
But does that kind of signaling risk, feeling a bit patronizing? Is it too obvious?
Well, it's definitely direct strategy, yeah. But I think it's crucial because the characters inside, they push against that initial softness. The protagonists here aren't just fluffy. They're assertive women, often professionals in their late 20s, early 30s, financially independent.
Okay, so more complex than cover might suggest.
Exactly. You've got like a graphic designer in one story, book boyfriend, I think, and a private investigator in Killer Heels. They're dealing with friendships, romance, sure, but also real workplace stuff, modern challenges.
Which makes them more relatable, probably, for you listening.
Definitely. And if you look across all 6 stories, there's a really strong common theme pulling them together. It's this idea of moving from a difficult past into, well, a better present.
Oh, like getting over a bad relationship.
Precisely. You see characters like Layla recovering from her ex, Danny or Bridie moving on from Mike. That shared sense of renewal, of healing, it gives the anthology a kind of emotional backbone.
Okay, so there's that common thread. But the stories themselves sound like they go in some wild directions. They weren't just sticking to one formula, it seems.
Not at all, which is great. You get some straight-up magical realism in that voodoo that you do. The main character, Leela, uses a voodoo doll on her crush, Ben.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That sounds like a recipe for disaster.
No, well, yeah. It goes sideways when, like, her toddler niece and a chihuahua get hold of the doll. Poor Ben ends up with these random minor injuries. It's played for laughs, obviously. Chaos.
Okay, that's one end of the spectrum. But then you mentioned Killer Heels. That sounds different.
Totally different vibe. That one fuses genres. The protagonist, Gillian Anderson. Not the actress.
Sorry, got it.
She's a private investigator, but get this, she's also described as a reformed corporate lawyer.
Reformed. Okay, that tells you a lot right there. High stakes, maybe a bit cynical.
Exactly. And she uses her stiletto heels, her killer heels, as actual weapons. It completely flips that old damsel in distress idea on its head.
So real range then.
Yeah.
From voodoo dolls to weaponized footwear.
Yeah, and that element of chaos or surprise links them too. The plots often kick off because of something unexpected. A dropped library receipt, the voodoo doll mix-up, a text message sent to the wrong person.
So the characters are constantly thrown off balance.
Right, they're pushed out of their routines. And that same disruptive spirit, that wasn't just in the stories, it shaped their whole business approach too.
Ah, okay, so let's get into that, the distribution model. How do they actually get this book out there?
This is the really clever part, I think. They put the anthology on obuko.com, which is a platform that offers, and this is their phrasing, 100% legally licensed and genuinely free ebooks.
Free. Like completely free.
Completely free. And that wasn't an accident. It was pure strategy.
Okay, so why free? How does that work as a business model?
It's essentially a marketing tool, a very smart one. It removes all the barriers, no need to buy, just download. The goal was to build a massive global readership quickly. One of the authors even mentioned getting thousands of downloads there.
Wow, thousands. So way more visibility than trying to sell it traditionally, maybe.
Potentially, yeah. Especially for authors building their audience, the free anthology works like a loss leader. Or maybe a funnel. You read the free stories, you like an author's style.
And then you go look for their other books, the ones you do pay for.
Exactly. It encourages cross-pollination between the 6 authors. They're playing the long game, prioritizing reach, building that community around their work, hoping it drives sales later for their individual full-length novels.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So, wrapping this up for you, the listener, Summer Daze isn't just a collection of stories. It's cohesive, it reflects modern life, the funny bits, the tough bits, the honest bits. And it's all driven by this really collaborative group of authors with a pretty disruptive business plan.
Right. Which leads to, I think, a really interesting final thought for you to chew on. These authors chose reach and community over immediate profit for this specific project. They gave away their creative work for free. So, what does that tell us about how we value content, entertainment, maybe even knowledge in today's digital world? Could other fields, maybe education, consulting, who knows, use a similar free sample or loss leader model to build an audience and create future value? Something to think about.